Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. There's the whistle, and here we go. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, Peter, can I bring Ousmane Dembele to your attention? He's been described as a phenomenon and one of the very best. That's high praise indeed. And we've seen some great flashes, but he still has a long way to go to fulfill all of that potential.
I think the opposition defence agree too. He's going to be the source of so many of their headaches. Referee's had a good look and given a corner.
なんか切れてたな。いや、明けましておめでとうございます。本年もよろしくお願いします。おばあちゃんありがとう。おめでとうございます。お杉さんもおめでとうございます。いや、ちょっと喉がね、おかしいんで。
Nesta. Short changes him with that pass.
すいません。なんかパーティー開いたらマイクが切れてた。
Pull it. Great ball and he's in here. Ronaldinho. Oh, good ball. Rodri, and he's there to make the challenge. Neither of the teams has yet taken the initiative. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. And that's really well manoeuvred. Engages and forces him off the ball. Ronaldinho. Van Basten might just make this.
Yeah, we're actually currently watching a contest of insipid probing. The only way is up, I hope.
It's just beyond his reach. Passing is crisp and sharp.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
And this is Dembele. Ronaldinho. Here comes the cross. Saliba is there and he can get that clear. Hernes, of course, a dribbler of outlandish ability. Out towards the flank. Crosses it in. And it's hoisted clear. Possession football, Jim, we're seeing plenty of it. What is it, though, that really makes it work?
Well, for me, what makes it work is the fact that everyone in this team has the courage to show for the ball. You can't shy away from it. You can't hide. You have to front up in a setup like this, and everyone is doing just that.
Hey, you make it sound so simple. He's away! Big chance! Rodri. Nesta. That's a little off target. He's tried one! He's done very well to get to that.
Bullet really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Corner number 2 then. Half an hour played now. And now a sudden chance to counter. Rodri. Saliba makes the interception. That's a nicely weighted pass. And this is Ronaldinho. Saliba is a perfect combination of brain and brawn. And here's Dembele. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. And here's Hullet. And he's picked it up out wide. Cross is blocked, and that's a corner. So, third corner of the game. Not the most accurate pass. Borussia Dortmund are looking to go forward now. Unrelenting, uncompromising pressure on him. Ronaldinho, unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Half-time getting close now. Now it's Dembele. Well, they've got it again. Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho is, of course, well known for his dancing feet. And it's Ronaldinho. Cruyff. And it's lofted through here. Thuram. And the referee brings the first half to a close. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. How would you review the first half?
Well, simply put, Peter, they haven't been good enough to trouble the opposition. They need to play with more courage in the second half and a lot more intent.
So, no breakthrough from either side. 0-0 after 45 minutes of action. And we're off again. So the first half brought no goals. Can he finish? He scored! Just the pick-me-up the whole game needs. So smooth. A signature finish.
Well, I was impressed with both the movement and the pass, both causing lots of problems for that defence.
So we have our breakthrough.
And talk about the perfect time to score. The manager's giving nothing away, but he'll be thrilled inside.
No, again, there's no way through. Maldini promptly onto that, and that is that. Distributed tidily. Now it's Dembele. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Well, that was a period of possession which carried just about no threat at all. Borussia Dortmund do appear to have made a half-time change.
Well, I think this is probably a good time, Peter, to make ambitious change.
Now it's Semenyo. Hernes. Borussia Dortmund still trailing by one and looking here to take it up a notch after the break. There's the man who is effectively the team's security policy. Nesta gets across to intercept that. He's got away. Dembele. And the shot! Sticks it away! And this is getting better and better. And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
So that's 2 now without reply.
Well, with this kind of authority, Peter, why not push on and totally kill this off?
And here's Dembele. And he was alert to it. And that has left him in a heap. Borussia Dortmund still have the cards to affect this game. He's through, now is he in? Ronaldinho. That has ended up in no man's land. Thuram. Pull it. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Oh, that's nice. Maldini, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man.
Have beautifully policed that midfield. The opposition have been handcuffed.
Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. And here's Dembele. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
That'll be a throw-in. Great vision. It's a promising position. Nice and easy for the goalkeeper. Nicely weighted ball. Saliba. Gattuso. Cruyff, who does have an assist to his name.
Borussia Dortmund are certainly now looking like a sorry lot. They haven't got a proper defence or attack, for that matter.
Nicked it back promptly. And it's Maicon.
Maicon really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Dembele was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Spread neatly. Maicon receives it in a wide position. Now that looks a decent ball. Cruyff. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Aimed in towards the centre. Saliba getting this one clear. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Tries a shot! It's in! With so little time left, grandstand finish! And that's it. That was always inevitable.
I think the defence really need to wake up here, Peter. They really shouldn't be getting caught out like that.
Time for a change in personnel. Borussia Dortmund give themselves a chance of a fairy tale finish.
Well, who's under pressure now? It's going to require some inspired defending to stop this lot.
Bale. He's in a good position here. Maicon. And the referee brings it to a close. Well, that was intense, an enjoyable contest that either could easily have won. Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. And we're underway.
Well, Peter, here we have one of the greatest defenders of all time, Alessandro Costacurta.
Yeah, in a sense, understated, isn't he? Certainly, some would say underrated. He's one of the less glamorous members of the Milanese elite from the 1990s.
Yeah, but ability-wise, I think he was on a par with the rest of them. And his tactical versatility means the centre-back, full-back,
sweeper, defensive midfield player.
Yeah, and we shouldn't forget his outstanding vision and confidence on the ball being almost as important as what he did at the back.
Rodri kept his eye on it, and he's there. Roberto Carlos makes the interception. He's found a way through. Van Basten. Haaland. Massaro. Kashima Antlers do have a chance to counter here. Oh, there's a probing ball. Olise, a probing pass, and he was quick to react. That's a throw. Can he finish? Now, who's going to be first to this? Oh, he's been caught napping. Tries to cross. Up he goes! That needed to be better, and he knows it.
Well, that's a move which shouldn't be allowed to repeat. A dribble, cross and attempt. All too easy.
And he's intervened well there. Azar. Hazard. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Roberto Carlos is very much the model of the modern-day fullback. Tries to pass it through. If you have just joined us, well, you've missed no goals. Haaland receives it in a chance! And with the goal at his mercy, a dreadful miss.
Kashima Antlers certainly look sharp there. They're very well drilled in this art of counter-attacking.
Knocks it into space. Oh, well played, well played. It's an inviting-looking ball, that. Oh, nicely intercepted.
That's alert and sharp and very well played.
Searching pass he's played there. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Pass somewhat off target. And it's Messi. Oh, here's a man adored by many, even deified by some. The ball swung in.
Oh, that was one big no-no when you've...
Great chance! Kashima Antlers with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Borussia Dortmund are looking to go forward now. And this is Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. And no, that was never going to make it. Very nearly half an hour gone here. Ronaldinho. Van Basten. Chance, surely! Goal! Borussia Dortmund! And it's Borussia Dortmund who take the lead. It is a good finish. The odds were against him. Little matter.
Well, he had to deal with an awful lot of unwanted attention, but his tenacity won the day.
So the first moment of real significance.
Well, this will present the manager with a few interesting options, Peter. Try sitting on this or push on with the opposition now forced to come out.
Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Plenty of appeals, but the referee is not interested. Howson kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Holland, Olise, and a chance! Well, now it's a race for... Oh, what has happened here? And it's messy. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Ronaldinho! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it. Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
Ronaldinho goes short. Kashima Antlers have the chance to go the other way. Couldn't squeeze it through. Just 5 minutes left until the break. Pinches it off him. Oh, what a mistake! Well, who's got the final touch there? Goal kick's been given. Goes looking wide. That's a lovely, neat pass. Olise. Now this could be a chance. Saliba did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise.
Well, the box was just so congested there, Peter. There was absolutely no space to work with.
And that'll be the final action of the first half. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking.
I thought that was a decent 45 minutes of football. Plenty of signs that both managers can take a lot of encouragement from. I would say the mood is neither overly negative nor positive. You still have to approach this like it's 0-0.
Borussia Dortmund have played well
岡田口さん、
here, and
明
they
けましておめ
have
でとうござい
the
ます。
all-important lead. It's 1-0.
本年もよろしくお願いいたします。
And the second half gets underway. A solitary goal. That has been the crucial difference. Now it's Neymar. He's shifting through the gears here. Chance to... It's a mighty effort! And the keeper couldn't hold it. He has done it! And this is getting better and better. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Such good movement. Some players have that natural ability to be in the right place at the right time. We've just seen the perfect.
It's Neymar! Relentless! Just relentless! And they are tearing the opposition apart here. Simply breathtaking stuff. Oh, delicious. Such devilish curl.
And you can see he meant every bit of that, Peter. He had his head up as he went to hit it. He knew his landscape.
And a shot! That was a good run. The defence looked beaten there. It's just beyond his reach. Hazard does really well to win the ball there. Oh, perfectly measured that. Well, it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Now that looks a decent ball. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Neymar is offering some sort of an apology there.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
And smartly reclaimed. Haaland might just make this.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Looking for the run. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
The ball has bounced loose now. Saliba running with the ball. Now it's Van Basten. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Neymar's cross.
Well, we've seen much better choices than that. That always looked like the wrong one.
Messi. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Shot a goal! Borussia Dortmund still have the cards to affect this game. Cute ball now, how can he reach it? A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Vieira can see things others simply cannot. Now it's Van Basten. He's picked his way through.
Well, it seems as if he's just had a momentary lapse and slipped into tunnel vision, because he had good options around him and he failed to get his head up.
Platini tries to play it through. Goes back. It's come through and he's had a quick look inside. He gets big! And the keeper threw out a limb. And that's it. And with that, it's time for me to thank Jim Beglin and to wish you a very good evening. Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. It really is a sight to behold here as Spotify Camp Nou opens its arms to the Barcelona nation, 100,000 plus in unison. If you're just joining us, we are already underway. Well, 5 at the back, Jim. It does feel fairly defensively oriented, this formation.
Well, you could say it's a lineup that's all about creating positive transitions. The lack of width in midfield with just three in there makes the role of the fullbacks more crucial, or wingbacks. You have to have them constantly.
Vieira! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Vieira actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Barcelona looking to pass their way. Tries a shot! Well, here we go then with this bundle of joy and excitement that has always been Ronaldinho. His career, a thing of legend. But Jim, if you were to name just one... Header comes in! Went with his head, but couldn't steer it in. Now, what about a counter-attack? Cristiano Ronaldo. Vieira. Now it's Van Basten. Anything, Jim, to pick out of these early exchanges?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
Messi! Maicon. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. And here's Ronaldinho. And it's Messi. And shot a goal! Goal! Barcelona! Barcelona are in front. Calm, composed, confident. What a super goal.
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other.
Barcelona have fired themselves in front.
Well, I'd remind those players, Peter, that...
Takes the shot! Lacking in accuracy.
They're probably getting frustrated by the lack of chances, I suppose. Borussia Dortmund really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
And he's played it back. Messi. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Always Messi! And he hits the net. Again, in a trice, and they are soaring. That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
Well, from the moment he got involved, he looked as if he'd go all the way. Terrific.
2 goals on the day, and he may not yet be done. Barcelona are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt will be looking to cause even more damage here.
Ronaldinho, very much a man of this moment. And this is Ronaldo. It's Cristiano Ronaldo! Just off target. Chance here to counter. Maicon receives it in a wide position. He is just caressing the ball. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Mbappe chasing after it, engages and forces him off the ball. And it's gone back to the keeper. Dida, dominant, commanding, a true colossus between the posts.
Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yeah, stand by for the early ball, the big one over the top.
Yeah, and those that are up top, Peter, have to be willing to chase. And of course, those in midfield have to be ready now to recycle.
And they have got just the right players for that. Pass just lacking in accuracy. Messi with 2 goals already to his name. Now it's Ronaldinho. It's gone out for a throw-in. Time perhaps for one last twist before half-time. And it's played in. Nice interception, well timed. Cristiano Ronaldo gets on the end of things as a matter of habit. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Van Dijk. Great ball and he's in. Oh, shooting chance! It's in! Half-time imminent! What a time to score! Terrible error, duly punished.
Oh, how can they be so careless, Peter? It's too casual. They were never going to get away with that kind of sloppiness.
We have got ourselves a game here.
Oh, we have a very different game on our hands now, all of a sudden. This one's totally up for grabs.
Maicon. Nicely shaped ball. No, that's been intercepted. Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. It's been thrills and spills at either end in the first half. Neither side really seizing the initiative, and both teams still very much in it. No, well, the pickings certainly have been rich in this first half.
Well, I think the message from the manager at half-time will be pretty simple, Peter. He's going to want them to play at a higher tempo, press more, higher up the pitch, pass quicker, and entice the opposition out of position. He knows how crucial the next goal will be.
And we're off again.
Borussia Dortmund really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. Rodri.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Spread neatly. Borussia Dortmund come out this half somewhat altered.
Well, I think this is probably a good time, Peter, to make ambitious change.
And it's Ronaldinho. Vieira. To Messi. Messi going face-to-face with his great rival. Vieira. Messi. Messi will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Maldini. Looking for options for movement. Semenyo looking to be a menace in the final third. Real chance here. Pepe tries to clear. Well, they are still trailing and they require a change of fortune pretty sharpish. He has found the way through. Oh, no question, that's a foul. And he's going to have his name taken. Not the most accurate pass. That's gone for a throw-in. Very nicely done. And it's Ronaldinho. Maicon conjures time and space where few can. So we've reached the hour mark.
Unless they can devise a quick counter-attacking plan, they're going to need to see much more of this ball.
Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. That's a good block, but at the expense of a corner.
Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now. That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
Semenyo. Rodri is a perfect combination of brain and brawn. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Borussia Dortmund are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise. Messi. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup.
Wow, look who's involved.
That is good strength. Oh, nice touch. Oh, it's come loose. Just about up to 75 minutes. And a shot! Goal! Two to the good, and they are purring. Absolutely purring.
Yeah, to see it unfold as succinctly as that, it looks telepathic.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while. Barcelona go 2 up and into a position of real strength.
Well, there's only one team in it at the moment, and the question is, will they be happy to sit on this?
Now, can they get him away? And the pass is intercepted. Maicon looks to get on the end of this. Thuram, forwards and with intent. Mbappe, Borussia Dortmund are looking to break at pace. He's in a great position here. He is through here. Keeper's dealt with that. Griezmann. And he's forced to go back. And it's Roberto Carlos. Neymar. And no, he's seen through all of that. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. And he's whipped it across. Forward tracking back like that, always appreciated by the crowd.
He's dealt with that very well, Peter. It's a real show of discipline.
Not too much more here than seeing out time, and time is very nearly seen out. Semenyo.
Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
And it's Griezmann. Vieira. Mbappe. Shot, surely! It's loose now and they want to get it back. And there goes the final whistle. Borussia Dortmund were a team not short on effort, but ultimately they were found wanting when it mattered. That is simply... Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. Well, as you can see, we've already started here. It does seem to be a 4-3-3, Jim.
Well, one of the attacking advantages in this setup, Peter, is the impact that can be made between fullbacks and the...
Chance! Ah, he's fizzed it forward. Now, what about a counter-attack? And this is Dembele. Now it's Shevchenko. No, no way through. And here's Shevchenko. Now it's Dembele. He's shifting through the gears here. Oh, that's fabulous. Dembele. Well, it's a look of bewilderment. His touch deserted him at the key moment.
Oh, what a dampener that was, just when we were hoping he'd turn up the heat.
That's a good run down the left.
Andrei Shevchenko, Peter, is a player who can hurt you in so many different ways.
A striking all-rounder.
Yeah, he's got the pace to get in behind, he's got the power, he's got the aerial ability, the versatility, the work rate. He's got it all.
One of the greatest strikers of all time, surely.
Very true.
Vieira cuts out the pass. Ronaldinho. Real chance! Goal! Borussia Dortmund! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
So we have the first goal.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
Maicon. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Nakata. Out to the right. Messi. He's picked his way through. And here comes the corner. And we have our very first corner. And a chance! And it's in! They're level in a trice!
Well, if ever you want to see a lesson in responding to a deficit, that's it. Their heads didn't drop, and now their chins are up.
No space, no problem. You just cannot stop him.
Such a well-worked finish. It looked like he was going to be shut down, but he thrives in situations like that.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, they just couldn't have responded any better, Peter. Yeah, there's the old cliche about how teams can lose focus after scoring, but you still have to take your chances. Brilliant.
Great defending, strong and determined. Passing is crisp and sharp. Vieira bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. Van Basten chasing after it. Rodri. That's a pretty loose pass. Oh, good spread. Played back into the centre. Messi. He's got away. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Maicon. Pass somewhat off target. Now that looks a decent ball. Now this could be a chance. Can he finish? And the keeper couldn't hold it. Busquets is the team's great visionary. Nakata. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. And it's Thuram. Van Dijk. Guardiola. Vieira. Plays the return pass. And Nakata. Del Piero. Vieira. Given the lift of his goal. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Played in deep. Big header! I think that's offside. Yes, it is. He won't be happy with that one. Busquets aimed beyond the defence. Well, it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
And it's Nakata. Vieira. Can he get it through? Nakata. Now, can they get him away? Nesta spots it and intercepts. And the half-time whistle goes. Nothing to separate the two teams at half-time. They've both given it a really good go, and they head into the break all square. That's a really interesting game, and they head in at half-time at 1-1. So we're into the second 45. Now it's Ronaldinho. Well read, nice interception. Borussia Dortmund do look as though they've made a half-time change here.
Well, I think this is probably a good time, Peter, to make ambitious change.
And there's green grass ahead of him. Goes for a shot! Rodri. Chance here to counter. Guardiola kept his eye on it, and he's there. João Cancelo. Del Piero. To Cancelo. Maicon. And that could set him on his way. That pass has been well intercepted. João Cancelo. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. And this is Van Basten. Maicon gets into a good position. And the flag has stayed down. Tries a shot! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Oh, that was a half-decent effort.
Yeah, it didn't come off, but still very good quick thinking on his part.
Tries to pass it through. He's found a way through. Tries to cross. That should be the goalkeeper's, and it is. Now it's Van Basten. And it's Del Piero. Now it's Shevchenko. He's going for goal! Oh, nearly, but not quite.
He did very well trying to adjust himself, but not the expected outcome.
So we've reached the hour mark. Del Piero. Borussia Dortmund perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. Busquets. And it's Vieira. Nicely weighted ball. Thinks about the shot. In with the challenge. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal. And it had to be. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Oh, he's seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense. And he's there to belt it away. Oh, he's been caught on it here. Looking for the run. Nakata. Van Basten is herring after that one. Well, that has not gone well. Del Piero. Shot could be on. Shevchenko! It's loose now and they want to get it back.
Maicon.
Can so cleverly bypass the press. Now that's well seen too. Oh, it's a promising build-up this. Plenty of really nice passing. Messi gets into some space. Nice-looking ball. Vardiol gets over and intercepts. Vieira. 75 minutes played.
Jubilo Iwata really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
And here's Shevchenko. Stood up well to him there.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Semenyo is offering some sort of an apology there.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Ronaldinho. Good driving run. Great ball. Semenyo! Goal! Borussia Dortmund! And they're back in front. Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
The danger was always there, Peter. We all knew they'd be pouncing on any slip or any sort of indecision. They need to sharpen up or it's going to happen again.
So, time for changes on both sides, actually. So we have a breakthrough. Now, how will things develop from here?
Well, it's better late than never, Peter, and that's potentially decisive now.
Yamal. Looking to play him in. Mbappe. Now, who's going to be first to this?
Borussia Dortmund really wanted that two-goal cushion, but it wasn't to be. Still, they should be able to see it out from here.
Gets himself into trouble and he's lost it. Now it's Neymar. There's the man who is effectively the team's security policy. Looking for options for movement. There'll be a minute of stoppage time. Semenyo providing an outlet on that flank. Rodri, not the most accurate pass. And that will be it. Well, that was good. A terrific advertisement for attacking football. Both sides glad to trade blows.
よいしょ。一回配信は終わりにします。今年もよろしくお願いします。ありがとうございます。それでは皆さんまたよろしくお願いいたします。お疲れ様でした。